Greetings to all viewers. This is Professor Ankit Singh. We'll now move to the next topic, that is traffic markings. Okay. So these traffic markings or road markings are the painted surfaces. Either the road pavement can be painted or any objects which come alongside the road might be painted to improve the efficiency of traffic and also improve the safety conditions. Okay. So what are the importance, or why do we need markings? Okay, why do we need road markings? Road markings are highly important on roads and intersections as they promote road safety and bring about smooth and harmonious flow of traffic along guided paths of travel. Okay, so basically we need these markings to improve the safety and also to improve the efficiency of traffic. They also supplement the messages conveyed by road signals and signs. Okay, so the messages such as stop, go, which are conveyed by road signals, and the messages which can be conveyed by signboards. Now these messages can also be conveyed using road markings. Okay, these messages can be painted on the road surface or any object. They convey the required information to the road users, drivers, without distracting their attention from the carriageway. Now if that message is painted on the road surface or the carriageway, the driver will always be looking towards the carriageway and he won't get diverted. He won't get distracted. Okay. In order to channelize traffic in proper lane, markings can be used. Okay, so markings can be lane markings, object markings. We'll have a look at those. Separate opposing flow of traffic. Okay, so marking for median can also be provided, which would help us to separate the opposite traffic. Show the points of restricted sign distances. Define pavement edges, sidewalks, crosswalk and stop lines to guide the traffic. Okay, so these road markings can be done on curbs, they can be done on medians, on crosswalks, on sidewalks, footpaths, etc. To steer the motorist away from obstructions on the road. Okay, if there is any obstruction on the road and if we can mark that obstruction, then we can move the motorist or the driver away from that obstruction. To display regulations and warn the traffic. To promote safety and ensure smooth flow. Okay, these are a few functions. Now, types of markings are of two types: pavement or carriageway markings, and the second is object markings. These pavement markings are generally painted white. Also, yellow color may be used. Yellow color markings are used to indicate parking restrictions and the continuous center line, barrier lines, etc. Common types of carriageway markings are center line marking, lane line, no passing zone marking, stop lines, turn markings at intersections, pedestrian crossing, etc. Okay, so the zebra crossing that we see on the roads comes under the pedestrian crossings. Object markings. Physical observations on or near the roadway are hazardous and hence should be properly marked. Categorized as objects within the carriageway: curb marking for visibility, curb marking for parking restriction, and objects adjacent to the carriageway. Okay, objects which could be adjacent to the carriageway such as bridges, the piers, abutments of bridges, the wing walls, etc. can be marked. And also the curbs can be marked in order to improve the visibility on the roads. Now, what are the different types of markings under carriageway marking? Longitudinal markings, Under longitudinal markings, there are center line markings, traffic lanes, no passing zone, warning lines, border or edge lines, bus lane marking, cycle lane marking. All these are longitudinal markings, or the markings which are done along the road. Markings on intersections. Okay. So at the points where two or more roads meet, that point is known as an intersection. What are the different types of markings that are done on intersection? Stop lines, give way lines, pedestrian crossing, cyclist crossing, marking on approaches to intersections, marking on speed change lanes, direction arrows, protected right turn lane, marking on a rotary, box marking, continuity lines. Next, marking at hazardous locations or locations which are prone to accidents. These are carriageway width transition. Okay, wherever the width of the carriageway increases or decreases, we mark properly so as to give the driver an idea about this. Obstruction approaches, road rail level crossing or intersection between the road and rail at the same level. Check barriers. Markings for parkings, parking space limits, parking restriction and bus stops. So these are a few types of carriageway markings. Also there are word messages. We can simply paint the messages on the carriageway like stop, slow, bus, keep clear, school, right turn only, exit only, and any type of speed restrictions such as speed 25. Okay, here 25 is in kmph. The second type was object markings. These could be objects within the carriageway, objects adjacent to the carriageway, and marking on curbs. Now here you can see road markings or longitudinal marking, okay, for center line and lane markings, etc. And this you can see marking on intersections, marking at intersections. This is a four-legged intersection, this is a rotary. Here you can see the zebra crossing, the lane markings, the stop line. Next, here you can see the object marking, the curbs are marked, painted, and here the abutment or the pier, they are also painted and marked. And here you can see word messages such as taxi, parking. Okay, so the next traffic control device is traffic islands. I'll start with this in my next class. Thank you.